What's up, everybody? It's your girl, who is, in fact, Dad Aspie, and I had my first trip to Roosevelt Island today, which was kind of cool. I was looking forward to being at that island at some point in my life, and I finally get to check that off my list of things to do in New York City. The reason I was there was because at my job I was covering for another coach for a summer after school sort of program or summer program, whatever it was. It was at this school in Roosevelt Island that was specifically a school for children with special needs, particularly like intellectual and developmental delays and stuff like that. And I got to cover for this group of kids who were high school age and very good kids. And that reminded me of how much I really like working with special needs kids because, as someone who was a part of that community at some point in my life, it's nice to have those kinds of programs that are supportive and, you get to have some fun and feel like you're doing something that everyone else is doing too. It just so happens that this program is a little bit more conscious and aware of your differences because, well, there's not much of a choice there, but they're still compassionate about it. At least, hopefully. And I really hope I get to work with this school more in the future, because that's a really cool experience to have. And I had previously met a couple of these kids at like tournaments and stuff like that, and it was kind of nice to see them again, see that they're still in the game and all that fun stuff. But I also found that I had a hard time enjoying that situation, as happy as I was to do it. My brain is just like, good mood? What's that? And I've been a little bit in this weird funk because of behind the scenes circumstances that is it's somewhere that I'm supposed to be really enjoying, but there's a lot of unnecessary stress happening and it's making me not look forward to doing it as much as I'd love to. And it's also like putting me in a very awkward position, and I really don't like dealing with this stuff, especially at somewhere that I consider, I guess, a safe space, but like somewhere I can enjoy myself and escape the world around me. And now some of these stresses are coming into that world, and I don't like that. I mean, I'm also slightly exhausted because we just had Children's Weekend at the Renaissance Fair, and it was also weather dependent on how many kids we had, but both days were like kind of eh. And on top of all that, my parents came by to visit the fair, which it's nice and cool that they did that, but at the same time, it's like, oh god, my parents are here. Like many other people would be like. On the bright side, I got to experience a cozy bed and a shower on a fair weekend, so that was nice. But I guess, like, a combination of all kinds of stuff, I've just been in this lower mindset where my brain is just like not letting me enjoy the things I want to enjoy or making me unmotivated as shit to do anything, and yeah, like I'm falling into a little bit of a depression or something, I don't know. But it's not like I can't work out of it because I've persevered through worse, so there's that. And at the same time, this is all stuff that I can address, and I'm getting better at, one, expressing my feelings, two, communicating them, and three, what's the word, admitting to them, I guess, or acknowledging them. I think that was what I was looking for. And then saying, okay, so what's really going on, and things like that. It's a work in progress, as it is with many other things. But on another bright note, I got an audition from my agent, and I sent them the audition tape after I came home last weekend. Haven't heard anything back since, but, it was kind of cool to get that, and it's a nice little start into things. And I'm still here, so that counts for something. And I guess, like before, my brain is going through those times of, like, am I really interesting? Am I really entertaining? Like, is it really worth me doing something like this? Am I really making an impact on people? by doing this or literally anything else in my life. And I think I've had times, at least in the past or something, that have proven that I do make even tiny impacts on some people, I guess. And that's really nice to see signs of that anytime that happens, because it kind of validates what I'm doing and it helps me know that I'm really doing the right thing. But yeah, like those sorts of ugly thoughts, it's a thing that my brain likes to do to me sometimes, especially when it's uninvited. So it's another episode I get to work through, I guess. But don't worry, I will be fine. I'm not planning on harming anybody. I'm not planning on harming myself. It's just my brain's going through an icky phase, I guess. If you want to call it that, I'm going to call it that for purposes, but whatever you want to think of it as. And also on a bright side, I've been starting to see some of the pictures from Fair, so maybe I'll post like some of them to my social media and stuff. And I'm still liking the idea of making a slideshow of that stuff, which will be pretty cool. And also, I got a couple of nice gifts from basically like our Secret Santa of Fair. And this week I got a bag of pistachios and a box of tea, which is nice. And even with gifts that it may not be something I necessarily like, or maybe it's not something I necessarily wanted, but whatever, I do appreciate the thought that was put into it, and the fact that they went through the effort to actually do that, because they could have just as easily not done that and just left me without a gift. So that was nice of them to do. And I'm always going to be appreciative of somebody taking the time to do it. And that's generally how I am with gifts anyway, is that it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It's just really the thought of doing it and the effort that you put into it. That's good enough for me. I like to keep myself a little bit more simple with that sort of stuff, because I don't like being a high-maintenance person. And I'm curious to see what the rest of the season will bring in that factor, among many other things, but yeah, I just really hope that things really start getting better and more enjoyable again, because I don't like that sort of dark spot that's happening right now. Not fun. But that's all I got for now. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you liked it, my name is Laura, and I am Dad Aspie. If you didn't like this video, I'm Tyler Oakley, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!